In the heart of the dark and ancient forest, a storm raged, unleashing its fury upon the gnarled trees and tangled underbrush. The wind howled like a tormented soul, and the rain poured down in relentless sheets, drenching the earth and turning the ground into a swampy mire. Thunder crashed and lightning illuminated the twisted branches, casting eerie, dancing shadows upon the ground. A group of friends seeking an adventure on this fateful night had ventured into the woods. They had heard tales of a hidden, abandoned cabin deep within the forest, a place with a sinister history that few dared to explore. Clutching their flashlights and huddled close for warmth, they trudged through the muck, leaves, and vines, their footsteps creating ominous squelching sounds. As they pressed deeper into the forest, the storm grew more violent, and the once faint whispers of the wind now seemed to form ghostly voices. The eerie sensation that they were being watched crawled up their spines, causing a shiver to ripple through their soaked bodies. Their flashlights flickered and dimmed, casting feeble beams into the darkness. With trepidation, they stumbled upon the cabin, an old structure that had long been abandoned to nature's grasp. It stood dilapidated, its wooden boards weathered, and its windows shattered. The front door creaked open ominously, beckoning them inside like a malevolent spirit. They hesitated but couldn't resist the allure of the unknown. As they entered, the air grew heavy with the acrid scent of decay and rot. The cabin was in a state of ruin, and mold and mildew seemed to creep across the walls. Ancient, dust-covered furniture lay broken and forgotten in the corners. Whispers of an unsettling past seemed to emanate from the very walls of the place. The friends began to explore the cabin, their flashlights revealing faded photographs on the walls, each capturing moments of happiness from long ago. A decaying family portrait hung askew, its subjects all bearing a striking resemblance to those in their group. Goosebumps formed on their arms, and a sense of foreboding deepened. Suddenly, a deafening crash echoed through the cabin as a bolt of lightning struck nearby, causing the lights to flicker and die completely. The friends were plunged into darkness, their heartbeats pounding like the storm's drumming thunder. As they groped for their flashlights, a chilling whisper swept through the room, a ghostly voice that seemed to come from all around them. "Why have you come here?" it murmured, its words laden with malice. Panic welled up in their chests. They fumbled to turn their flashlights back on. With trembling hands, they managed to illuminate the room. What they saw made their blood run cold. The portraits on the wall now displayed their faces, their smiles twisted into grotesque grins. The room seemed to have aged in seconds, with rotten wood and crumbling walls. The whispers grew louder, forming sinister words that taunted and threatened. Frantic, they rushed for the door, but it had disappeared. The cabin had transformed into a living nightmare, a labyrinth of endless dark corridors. The friends were trapped, lost in a place where time itself seemed to be unraveling. The storm outside grew wilder, and the cabin's walls seemed to pulse with malevolent energy. Shadows danced and contorted as if they had a sinister life of their own. They huddled together, trying to find a way out, their hearts racing, their minds tortured by the horrors that surrounded them. The whispers continued, growing into haunting wails that echoed in their ears, driving them to the brink of madness. They stumbled through the cabin's ever-shifting corridors, each step taking them deeper into an abyss of fear and despair. Hours turned to days, and as the storm outside finally subsided, the forest regained its silence. But inside the cabin, friends remained lost, trapped in a nightmarish world of their own making. Their faces, now twisted and tormented, joined the other portraits on the wall, frozen in agony for all eternity.